Yeah, sure. Yeah. Welcome to it's week one of the summer course. We'll get things started off early this week. The announcement that you're receiving now. I know I've had it start on a Monday. Normally, you will be receiving this. This will be a Tuesday announcement, but because this is the first week of the course, and I wanted everybody to get started and have a good understanding of what's expected of them here in the first week. I thought I would go ahead and release this one on Monday for this week. Basically, you'll need to get started reading James Welch's Fool's Crow. There's three articles that you might want to read beforehand. Leslie Silko's Language and Literature from a Pueblo Indian Perspective, Simon Ortiz's Towards a National Indian Literature, and Vine Deloria Jr.'s Funny Piece, Anthropologists and Other Friends. Read those three articles, and then also you'll need to read all of part one of Welch's Fool's Crow, which is up to about page 127. And then you just have a discussion section and a journal entry for this week. So this will be a week that's mostly heavily concentrated on reading and just some really short writing exercises. Be sure to, the journal exercise will be due on Thursday before midnight, or just before midnight on Thursday, and then, I guess Friday at midnight would be the better term. So just, keep in mind on the due dates. The journal entries will generally be due on Thursday night, and then the rest of the work will be due by Monday night. So our week will sort of run from Tuesday to Monday. That way you've got the weekend to catch up with your work. I'll say this. The best thing you can do, keep up with your work on a weekly basis. This is a 6-week course. You will have some due dates that'll push into the 7th week for the final short answer essay for the final. But for the most part, keep up with your work on a weekly basis. If you fall behind, don't freak out. Be sure to catch up as quick as you can. Okay, any problems at all, be sure to always reach out and send me an email, and I'll respond as quickly as I can. Usually within 12 hours, probably within, maybe even, within the hour. It just depends. If I'm teaching online, then I generally, I keep a pretty close tabs on my email. So email is the fastest way to reach out and get in touch with me. Just navigate around in the course. You'll also see a tab on the left called I Need Help. I am subscribed to that, so it's just got an open forum discussion section for that. What else do you need to know? There's a lot of reading for this course, and I set it up as a heavy reading course. If you get in a pinch on keeping up with your reading, always read. We're going to read two novels, Welch's Fool's Crow and Louise Erdrich's Love Medicine. Keep up with the reading of the novels first and foremost. The secondary articles are there. You'll need to read through them, but that could be a place where if you get in a crunch for time, you might want to read those a little bit less closely as you maybe would the two novels. What else do I want to say about reading? This is a course that's mainly geared towards reading, answering in the discussion section and the journal entries, and then you have two short response essays. And the only thing I really grade on the response essays, I'll be grading for the concision in your writing and for the cohesion of your argument, and we'll talk about response essays a little bit when we get there, but I'm really just looking for you to respond to the prompt question, to disagree with or agree with what I've said, to take a position and just sort of argue it and use the text that we've read as the basis for your argument. So you don't need to freak out as far as the papers are concerned. And they're relatively short papers. I think about 2 pages per response essay. I'm not looking for a lot, but I do want you to sort of get in the habit of close reading and then responding in a meaningful way. So this is a course that's really built towards, we go throughout the week. It's really heavy on the journal and on the discussion section is where I would really like to see you guys engage and work with the work. I am teaching 2 sections, so there's like 50 of you or 46 of you, I think, at this point, something like that in the course. So I will get to the grading as fast as I can. I'll certainly always get to it get your grading turned around to you within the week normally. I will drop in. I will be reading the discussion board sections and chiming in where I think it's appropriate. I will be responding to the course in that way. That said, there's not a whole lot of, I'll make these Tuesday announcements, but other than that, that'll be about the only time that you're going to sort of hear from me is when I check in at the beginning of each week to make sure everybody's on board, to give a general assessment of how I think the week went, to maybe chime in and maybe speak about areas of improvement, stuff like that. So it's not going to be something where you're going to be sitting around watching Michael, impart all of his wisdom to you through some, video lecture series. I really want you to sort of grasp this content through the reading of the materials, the secondary materials. We're going to be reading a lot of stuff by both native intellectuals and native writers. Fool's Crow is a beautiful book set in 19th century, what's now known as Montana, amongst the Bugani or the Blackfeet people, and then we'll move from the 19th century into the 20th century with a Turtle Mountain Chippewa novel by Louise Erdrich. Love Medicine is probably her most famous novel. So I've given you a taste of both centuries, the 19th and the 20th. And I think it provides a good, well-rounded view, although there's so much more native literature out there, but we only have 6 weeks, and I couldn't assign it all to you. So have fun with the course, enjoy. I promise to keep these video announcements a bit shorter as we go forward. Any questions at all, always know that you can reach out to me. If you want to succeed in the course, simply do the work. I can't make it any more straightforward than that. That said, if you any questions at all on concerns or whatever, get in touch. Other than that, I will be in touch with you. You'll see this next announcement on Tuesday. Have a good week and enjoy your summer. Yeah, watch out.